Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about how to solve the problems. It has been found in everyone's life that problem is something which is getting difficult to solve as per the age, as per the time. It keeps getting complicated. Let's see. Let's discuss how to solve it. What are the methods to solve any problem? Let's begin.
Now we will talk about problem solving. What exactly the problem solving is? Problem solving involves a series of processes which includes breaking the problems into smaller problems and then solving each and every smaller segment of the problem. Various algorithms and heuristics can be used in those problem solving. Exactly what is algorithm and what is heuristics? That we'll understand in the coming slide. There are various other new methods such as trial and error, means and analysis, backward procedure, use of analogy are some of the other important methods. Approaches to problem solving. Now let's look at what exactly the algorithm is. Algorithm is a specific procedure when used properly and in the right circumstances will give you the definite solution to any problem. It is more like a kind of a structural program which is used in computer coding also, and the programmer gets the definite outcome out of it. Same way, if we are also trying to solve any problem and the method, the design, the structure is well defined, even we will try, or if the same algorithm is followed by any person will get the definite solution to it. It's also like mathematical formulas, whereas heuristics are the thumb rules, the old traditional methods. It can be culture based, it can be well notified, well practiced situational answers which can be tried out in any situation and are usually able to give you the better solution. Right. Heuristics is also considered as something which we have learned from our parents, how they have solved a particular situation. In the same way, we also try to solve it whenever we are in that situation. Right. Let's look at trial and error. There has been a lot of classic psychological experiments always been done in the field of understanding problem solving and specifically the trial and error method. Famous psychologist, researcher Thorndike did the experiment with the cat to show how the trial and error works. Let's see and then we'll proceed further.
But how is a new skill learned? That was a question which began to fascinate Thorndike. To answer it, he built some ingenious puzzle boxes from which cats could only escape by operating latches.
And in you go.
The cat appears to be very clever in engineering its escape, solving the problem with a deftly placed paw and a push of its nose. But Thorndike didn't believe that an animal, even a clever cat, understands the consequences of its behavior. When he placed a cat in the puzzle box for the first time, Thorndike was unable to see any evidence of flashes of insight. The successful actions appeared first by chance. He proved that the apparent cleverness arose by trial and error. and use graphs to measure the rate of learning. A well-practiced cat quickly recalls the actions that help it escape to its reward of food. If an action brings a reward, Thorndike believed that that action becomes stamped into the mind. In his thesis, he explained further his ideas about learning, that behavior changes because of its consequences. He called this his law of effect, which explained how even wild creatures develop new habits.
So this was more about the trial and error. You might have understood how the cat was able to come out of the cage. It was all the trials which helped the cat to learn to come up to some solution to a problem. And that each and every trial worked as a reward, which worked up to a level that the cat made the rule that if some actions will be taken in a particular way, will end up in a problem solving situation. Let's see at the other methods like different reductions. There has always been a target. There has always been a fixed decided goal, accurate answer. In some situation, even if we don't get a real solution to it, but in that case, we always try to be near, much closer, much nearer to the accurate in the situation. Right? It's like a mathematical solution. If we don't get the right answer in numbers, but in that case, we always try to be or to come to with a solution which is very nearest to the real answer. This is what is difference reduction is. We always try to check out all the possible relations, understanding the directions which will end up in reaching up to the nearest to the right solution. Next comes is the means end analysis. As the word says, it's all about analyzing the end. That means the outcome. That means how the result is going to happen. Then trying out, looking at the other factors, how we will be able to reach up to this particular result. If we are able to analyze the things in a proper manner, you can try that equation. You can try that situation in a realistic situation. And definitely you will get the solution to a problem. Looking ahead is working backward. This is like reverse engineering. We have a problem, we want to know something, how this has been made. So what we do exactly is we start reopening the box. We start to open the things step by step so that how this material, how this packaging was done, we are able to understand. And that sometimes becomes a standard module of unpackaging or packaging in reverse to big things. Right? In the same way, if we are able to work backward with the present situation, what it led to, what has happened, and how did it occurred, if we are able to analyze the things smartly by examining the final goal, then working back to determine the best course of action is something is taken as a working backward. This is many times we are using in our day-to-day life. Right. Next comes the last thing, that is analogies. These analogies is a similarity between two or more items, events or situations. When people are successful in solving one problem, for example, if you know how to play a long tennis, you can try out the same thing with the table tennis, right? Many times you are a good batsman, but if the opportunity is given to play long tennis, you will not have a problem because you know how to handle the bat properly even with your basics of information. The strength you will hand in your wrist will not be a problem. You will be able to strike the ball properly. Same thing. Many times we are applying what we did earlier to solve a similar situation, and the same method we try to follow in the present situation. Sometimes it works, sometimes does not because of novelty in the problem. So if this aspect is understood, we are able to modify our problem solving aspect, and then we apply it again and we achieve the solution. Now many times even the best of the methods, even if you know, will not work. It's only because there are certain psychological hurdles which is getting activated when you are trying to solve a problem. Now these things, these obstacles are your mental set and functional fixatedness. You will find this mental set are the formed behaviors, formed mechanism or well standardized mechanism of dealing to a such certain problems. The way we follow protocol in dealing with such a situation, and if something little different occurs, what we do? We follow the same protocol, right? So without having a concern that this time the problem will be difficult, right? So that's the biggest problem. We are unable to think out of the box to solve a particular problem. So that's why this mental set sometimes create a big problem in solving any problem. Next is functional fixatedness. This functional fixatedness is also taken as the set of utility of a particular object, right? For example, if you have a stick, for that stick, if you have always used as a wicket in any games, in a cricket, right? So you will understand that the stick of that height, particular kind, can only be used as a wicket, or for uh, replicating the wicket in your gully cricket, you need that particular kind of stick only, then only the wicket will be assumed. But many times you will find many people are able to use the uh, box as the wicket. So if we are sticking with the concept that only these three sticks can behave like a wicket, it's all something your mental or your functional fixatedness. Now the same stick which is working, which is behaving like a wicket in a cricket, can be used as a fuel, can be used to break something, can be used as a stand. So these are all functional functionality, like different functionality which can be associated with the particular stick, particular kind of that stick, right? So the more you are able to take out the innovative utility and think about the creative utilization of a particular thing, it's better you are actually breaking the functional fixatedness. So these are out of thousands. These are few of the methods which are used effectively to solve any problem. Hope you will understand and you will be able to apply in your daily life. I believe if things are tried out properly, definitely you will be able to sort it out many critical problems. Just try to avoid the personality aspect. Personality, thinking pattern also plays very important role in solving the situation, in solving any critical problems. That we will discuss in the later segments. Thank you. Thank you.